is over for this rivalry game. It's the Saints and the Falcons on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin here to welcome you to another NFL season. Always an exciting time, CD. And I tell you what, new is the opportune word here for these two division rivals, Atlanta and New Orleans. A couple of faces who have helped define this rivalry behind center, they're now gone. This is going to be an interesting one to watch.
And let's face it, it's a rivalry that always will blaze white hot, but it's definitely different now. Drew Brees gone 1 year from the Saints, Matt Ryan gone the next year from the Falcons, although he's still playing in Indianapolis. This is two teams in flux a little bit, trying to find their footing, although New Orleans still remains confident they can get back to the Super Bowl. Atlanta building for the future.
set to go. Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors.
And off we go on EA Sports.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now here come the Saints about to begin their first possession. And the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston.
It was terrible to see Jameis Winston suffer his torn ACL last season because he had the Saints rolling in his first year running the show in New Orleans. They went 5-2 in his starts, and they were just 4-6 after he was injured. And how about this? He only threw 3 interceptions, really addressing the big concern people had from his time as a starter in Tampa. New Orleans, they plan to roll with him for a second season and hope that last year's performance will carry over in a full season.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Winston. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Winston now from the 50. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
Well, the Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here. And at quarterback for them is a former 2nd overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota.
After losing a starting job in Tennessee and playing as a backup in Las Vegas, many wondered if Marcus Mariota would get another shot to lead a team. Atlanta gave it to him this season as a bridge from Matt Ryan to the next era. Always a good runner. Don't discount Mariota as a playmaker who can win games for the Falcons. He did take Tennessee to the playoffs in his 2nd season and gained valuable experience in Las Vegas.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On second down, a run with Patterson. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Kamara is in. Touchdown, New Orleans.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Bird to return from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial develop some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. They'll run with Patterson. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Fourth and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 25. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They run. It's Kamara. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
Holding, offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
Marcus Davenport, a former first-round pick in 2018, is really starting to come on for the New Orleans Saints. In 2021, in only 11 games, 9 sacks after posting 12 combined in his first 3 NFL seasons.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 26. They got 29 yards that time.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy.
Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Patterson running between the tackles. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Once more, they turn to Patterson, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Straight ahead, Patterson. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Williams. Touchdown, Falcons. Now the try here for the point after. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. That time, a 9-play drive. And in the end, it was all capped off by the Damian Williams touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it will pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. 1st down, Winston. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Arnold Ebiketie, that is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Winston now. And this is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Jameis to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Now it's Bird on the return. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Here we go.
They're going to try and throw.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Falcons are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Winston now to throw on 1st down.
Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
From the 29, Winston. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting in the ball in a passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Well, the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd and 1. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw.
Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Luntz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Bird to return from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Man, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
They're going to look to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at the 34.
He'll start with a give to Kamara.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. A 10th carry for Kamara. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Now Patterson to start the drive.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Charles, for this offense, we take a look at the draft class here. They were looking for a playmaker, and they found one on the outside.
And the way teams are throwing the football nowadays, you can't afford to skip at the wide receiver position. I know that the slot guy is getting more attention now, but that guy on the perimeter, he makes you go.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
68 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Guys, ready to get it on right now?
One play has him to the... going here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, going back to Patterson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Back to throw now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Second and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. They'll give it to Patterson. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 40-yard line. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd down, here's Patterson. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 3 yards and a...
38.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Running the counter, Patterson.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Damian Williams. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Falcons are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the byline. And this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. On 2nd down and 4. Winston is going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Winston.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Forced, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Falcons ready to take over. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. 108 yards. as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. And they're going to speed things up here. Second down and inches. Airing it out, looking for Ridley.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The Falcons on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at third and a few inches. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Again, Patterson.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. He'll drop to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the third time.
Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game. Consecutive
runs of 6 yards gives them a 1st and 10. Winston.
On a slant, complete to Michael Thomas.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. fact, his quarterback's blind side got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete there to Thomas.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second down. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The Saints on third down. Just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is third down and 12. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.